Anne Dallas Dudley is an extraordinary woman, a woman of great talent, a woman who probably didn't know she had great talent until she became a suffragist. She was a society lady, a society girl before that, the toast of the town, part of a highly involved social group, not interested in much beyond being amused for a long time. One wonders, how does she become serious? She and her good friend, Maria Thompson Davies, who was a novelist, or who was making herself into a novelist in these years, they were both young women, began to read. And reading is the way out for a lot of people. And they began to read John Stuart Mill and Olive Schreiner. And they began to recognize that the world was not well made for women. There's one wonderful account that Maria Thompson Davies has of the two women putting their hands on copies of John Stuart Mill and saying, we boiled up, we boiled down, we took an oath on these books that we would do something. And the something that they did was to found an equal suffrage society in Nashville in 1911.
Oh, and she sponsored those big parades.
Miss Dudley was very dramatic.
Yes, she was wonderful and dramatic and good looking. And she knew it, but that was okay.
I remember her in a beautiful white dress, and she held her little daughter's hand on one side and her son's on the other. And I remember her wearing a white turban with a long flowing chiffon veil trailing behind her. And oh, it was hot.
Yes, it was hot, but I remember her in a big white Panama hat with a long veil that trailed behind.
Well, dear, I mean to tell you, we must have marched in 2 parades.
Well, the first time Anne gave a speech, it was at a union or something.
Miss Dudley wins the support of 4,000 socialists.
After that appeared in the paper, Anne locked herself in her room and cried all day long.
It's pretty scary for a woman to speak in public. That, I think, was the most difficult thing for the suffragists to learn how to do. For a woman, particularly an upper-class woman, to speak in public, to speak, first of all, and then to speak in public was a break with everything they had been taught. And so this was the first liberation, to learn not only that they could do it, but they could do it well.
We have a vision of a time when a woman's home will be the whole wide world. Her children, all those whose feet are bare, and her sisters, all those who need a helping hand. A vision of a new chivalry, where men will not only fight for women, but for the rights of women.